Good evening, everyone. Namaskar. Honorable Yandamuri Veerannath Garu, the District Judge, Sri Srinivas Garu, the man behind the school, the Trellis, Sri Shrikant Vadla, and the other people who are part of the management of the school, and then the guests who have come here, and most importantly, the children who are present here. Namaskar to everyone and best wishes to the children. Firstly, I am extremely happy to be here amongst you on this occasion. It is Srikant's personality what has interested me to come over here for this function. Man who hails from another district, but then having stayed here, understood this district and thought that he should do something to district and provide a quality education, and so started the school. Now he is making the school grow phases after phases, and now entering into the new campus and trying to expand the school in a big way. So my best wishes to Shrikant and the entire management team of the school. I wish that this will be one of the best schools in the district and probably in the state in the coming years. Today you people, youngsters, are at an age where the country is evolving itself as a nation in both education, science, research and technology. I don't want to tell you too many hi-fi things or anything for you. Small things, simple things what you can understand. In the last about 10-15 years, the country has started shaping itself to be among the top nations in the world. If you look at this country, never had any academic institutes standing in the first 500 of the world globally renowned institutes in the rankings wise. Now, slowly about 10 years back, couple of institutes went into the rankings of first 500 and Indian institutions started entering into the globally top ranked institutions. And now, today when we stand, there are many institutes which are not just under the 500 but who have crossed even 300 and 200, and they are improving the rankings year by year, and many more institutes are joining into that rankings. This is one situation what the country is shaping itself in the education system. Second, the very premier institutes in the country, we had very few. If you look at about 10 years back, examples, IITs, Indian Institute of Technologies. They are our premier technological institutes, rather even science and technology institutes, like including the IIS in Bangalore. So those, if you look at today, there are only about 5 earlier, the Chennai, Bombay, Kharagpur, Kanpur and Delhi. Now today, we have in every state an IIT, every state an IIT. This is one difference what we are seeing today. Similarly, as people were moving more and more towards technology and neglecting the science part of it, the government thought we should also promote science education research in the country, and so established an institute called ISER, Indian Institute of Science Education Research, to promote primarily the research and science and even social sciences also as a subject. Now today, these ISERs are again there in every state today. Every state there are ISERs. This is another important thing. If you look at earlier, majority of the students who are undergrads actually, who pass out of these IITs and these institutes, majority of them, probably 80%, maybe to the 90% of the students were going abroad earlier. That was the situation. Whatever reasons it is, we are not blaming anybody or anything. What is the situation, we are just analyzing. And today, if you look at, more than 75% of these IIT students are staying back here in this country. They are not going, they are staying here within this country, more than 75%. And similarly, other way around, majority of the people who were going abroad earlier, they were settling there, either doing a job or doing research or part of an academic institute or a university there. And they were not coming back to this country at all, almost all. Now today, if you look at, majority of the people are showing interest to come back. Example, today the number of IITs have come in the country, you don't have faculty. Where from the faculty has come? The teaching faculty, majority of them are the postdocs, are the research PhDs who are done in various universities, whether in the USA or Canada or Europe or Australia or Korea and all that, or Japan. They are the people who have come back and joined these IITs as faculty. If you look at the IIT Hyderabad, when it started, let's say about somewhere around 2014, if you look at, the average age of the faculty was somewhere around 28 to 29. Majority of them were unmarried, the faculty. Majority of them were in faculty. So that is the way those people who have gone abroad started coming back and joined the academic institutes here. This is another important thing. When I studied engineering here, I studied in Anantapuram. That is why I have an affiliation to Anantapuram. I keep coming to Anantapuram. I keep going to JNTU. Today also when I came here, I went to JNTU, spent about an hour in the VC's chamber, met all the directors, met all the faculty and came here. When we were here, when I was studying, there were only 5 engineering colleges in the whole of the undivided Andhra Pradesh. Only 5. And probably 5 into 150 or 5 into 180 students, if you look at about 800 students or so, or the roughly or 900 students were joining a year. And that was the number what it was. And even for that number that time, if you look at even 1978, 77, 80s, it was very difficult to get jobs for them. Whereas today, the number of engineering colleges which have come everywhere are enormous. The numbers are probably in the undivided state of Andhra Pradesh today, if you look at other 2 states together, probably 1,000 engineering colleges are there. The total number of engineers being produced in this country today are 1.4 million engineers a year. 1.4 million engineers. And then if you look at today, 80% to 90% of these people, 1.4 million engineers, are getting jobs. They are getting placed somewhere or other. Whether it is, you say, software, hardware, whatever it is, 1.4 million engineers we are producing, 90% are getting placed. This is one thing. Now look at the new education system, where education is actually rooted in a direction where the practical studies, practical research is given more and more and more importance, and the direction is towards that. So innovation is given a large importance today. That is how the government has come out with many schemes like Atal Innovation Centers. In every school also, majority of the schools provide a innovation center or an opportunity for every student to think innovatively and come out with some idea or process or product, whatever you can think, come out with that, and that sort of a labs are being produced. So this is one more important thing which has come at the school level itself, where innovation is promoted in a big way. So the next portion of it is the incubation centers which have come in majority of the academic institutes in the country, majority of the universities, where people can incubate their idea. They come out with their own designs, or they can come out with their own research outcomes, And there is a place provided with all those facilities in the majority of the academic institutes today. This is another change which has come in the country. So, the people who are coming out of the academic institutes now, right from very young age, right from talking about people from 8th class, 9th class, 10th class onwards, they are coming out with many innovative ideas and participating globally and in the country with many of these innovative ideas and getting awarded, rewarded and all that with those ideas in a big way. So there are lots of contests which are happening, like the Subtle Innovation Centers and all that. Based on that, the Ministry of School Education, the NITI Aayog are promoting these innovations in such a way that the youngsters start thinking innovatively. So the result of it, what is happening today is, the people, youngsters, instead of looking for jobs, they are coming out with their own a small company called startups in a big way. Never we thought, we never imagined the way the things are happening. So I will tell you how the youngsters are jumping, the younger generation are jumping into it in a big way. The year 2016, the number of startups in this country were about 458 startups, just 458. Now today in 2024, the number of startups which are there in the country are 1.14 lakh startups. 1.14 lakh startups. That is the number. And each startup has coming out with their own innovative ideas. Young people, I'll give you a couple of examples how people are thinking innovatively and coming out with great ideas, attracting the global giants to this country to fund them, to actually take them away or buy the technology from this. I'll just give you an example. There is two boys from Bangalore who studied in Coimbatore. In their third year of graduation, they started working on rocket propulsion. Rocket propulsions. We never imagined. Actually, when we were studying, we didn't know what is an incubation center and where to go to an industry, where to understand what is happening and all that. Whereas these people could probably visit DRDO or ISRO and started working on rocket propulsion. One of the boy actually, while doing that, he has burnt his entire hand also. That boy, he came to me saying that, sir, I want to make a water-based propellant for interplanetary motion. Interplanetary motion, like I am saying that our satellite, we send it and satellite is going to Mars or somewhere and all that. For that propulsion required, I will make it a water-based propellant. So I talked to ISRO chairman. ISRO chairman found that idea is interesting. Why not I try it? And for that young boy of just 21 years old, he gave 2 crores worth of project. And within about 2 years, he came with a working model of water-based propellant for interplanetary motion. Working successfully. Now the same youngsters came out with propulsion technologies which are unheard in the universe, which are unheard globally, which are called green propulsion, electric propulsion or plasma-based propulsion. On the January 1st of this year, the PSLV which has flown, they have flown these 2 propulsion technologies, green propulsion and electric propulsion, making it is one of the first startups or company in the world which has gone that. Those people are still unmarried, youngsters, such young people. I'll tell you one more example. There is a boy called by name Sunil in Hyderabad. Again, he met me at the age of 21. So the missiles used in the motor, something called composite rocket motor. That boy, that composite rocket motor has got some temperature limitation. It can go only up to 180 degrees around that. He said, sir, you give me an opportunity, I will make it more than 400 degrees centigrade. So we gave a project, we gave the money to him. Exactly in 2.5 years, he came back with making that composite rocket motor casing with more than 430 degrees centigrade. Young boy, 22 years old boy. And now he has a big company in Hyderabad in GD Metla, making these composite rocket motors, nozzles, whatnot and all that, and he's making satellites also. He just married very recently. I'll tell you one more example. All of you must be, even the young kids here, people must be talking something called quantum physics. So now everybody is talking about quantum technology, photons and entangled photons and all that. Because today the communication has become so important, the communication should be very secure and nobody should be able to understand what we are communicating. So the quantum technology plays a major role in that security aspect of it. Worldwide there are few companies working on this technology and were struggling to make just about 60 kilometers, 50 kilometers communication. India is one of the first countries with a young startup along with IIT Delhi and DRDO made over 100 kilometers between Vindhyachal and Prayagraj. This quantum communication is shown to the world that India is one of the first countries which has made this technology. Again a young boy, very young boy. Just day before yesterday, I met one boy in T-Hub in Hyderabad. He came out with a medical device smaller than the size of this mobile. And that mobile device, the finish and everything is no less than Samsung or Nokia. Everything is beautiful. You touch with your thumbs. He gives you your blood pressure, your ECG, your heart rate, your oxygen levels, and also the blood sugars in the body. First time, never we heard non-invasive technology for a blood sugar by a young boy. He just met me yesterday. He is yet to get married. He is going to get married after 6 months. This is the way the youngsters of the country are coming up in this country and trying to get. All these startups, we are not funding here. Government is supporting with multiple schemes. Who are supporting? These ideas are fascinated by the global investors and global giants in the world, and they are coming and they are financing these companies. Hundreds of crores. I'll give you an example. Take two companies. Skyroot is one of the satellite launching company which has come in Hyderabad. Or Dhruv Aerospace, again satellite building company. Or this company what I said about that propulsion company. 70 to 80% of the funding, which is in hundreds of crores, has come from outside. This is the way the country is evolving, where global companies are coming and investing into our youngsters. I am not talking about all the people who have done well and who have studied everywhere or who have done research and all that. Talking about 20, 21 years old boys. That is the way the country is shaping us. And so, I request, I feel the people who are studying in these schools like this will develop that type of innovative thinking, come out with out-of-box thinking, come out with ideas which can come out with first of its kind products or technologies or systems or any idea or anything like the way we are using artificial intelligence. You should come out, understand these new things and try to come out, make yourself a great man, a great person later in the life, and then get the name to your institute and get the name to the country. And most important thing what our Guru or Dr. Kalam used to say, I'll just say with that and finish. He always used to say that, he used to go to the schools and tell them, because they are the future of the country, he used to say that dream, dream, dream. You dream that you want to become a great man, or you want to invent a great thing, or you come out with a great product, great design, whatever it is, that is the dream what you need to have. And after dreaming that, work for that, making that dream a reality. Have a focus, work towards that focused task and realize the task and become great. Once you become great, the people around you will be great, the society around you will be great, and nation will be around great. So individual who is responsible for this. So the point is, have a focus, set a goal for you and work towards that goal and achieve something in your life. My best wishes to all of you, best wishes to the school and management, that the school will be producing great people and then school becomes one of the best schools in the country. Jai Hind, Namaskar.